You and I have visited before about the problems with open borders and the fact that those who advocate such a public policy absurdity are closing off economic opportunities for American citizens by driving down wages for workers. Sadly, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce has been the special interest culprit behind this continuing push for importing cheap labor, even in the face of continuing unemployment. Now, George W. Bush once told us these people were coming here to do the jobs that Americans just won't do. And of course, his younger brother Jeb has gone even further, first claiming that illegal immigration is an act of love, then just this past Friday in New Hampshire, publicly endorsing the infamous Gang of Eight amnesty bill. Breitbart.com's Matthew Boyle reminds us that if that Senate bill became law, it would provide citizenship, public benefits, and work authorization for every illegal in America. Boyle writes, and I quote, "That means Bush is essentially publicly supporting the centerpiece of President Obama's agenda, an open borders immigration policy where illegal aliens get to take jobs away from American workers," end quote. John Ward of Yahoo News was in New Hampshire as Jeb Bush, perhaps fittingly, addressed these remarks to the Granite State Chamber of Commerce. The former Florida government claimed that his is the grown-up plan on immigration. Really? Maybe Jeb ought to explain why there's been an increase in grown-ups who sexually assault children crossing our southern border. Here's a portion of the report filed by Melissa Correa of KRGV TV from the Rio Grande Valley of Texas.
From the river to the brush, Border Patrol agents are running into more sex offenders this year than last. Within the last 5 months, 144 apprehended. During the same time last year, 93 sex offenders were caught trying to fly under the radar. We went inside some of those federal case files. In December, a woman from El Salvador was picked up, convicted of a child sex assault back in 2009. It reportedly happened in Dallas County. Later that month, 3 Mexican nationals were caught near Harlingen. And in February, 7 sex offenders were rounded up near McAllen, Harlingen, Falfurrias, and Kingsville. Less than a week later, another 2 Mexican nationals were caught. Also in February, 4 illegal immigrant sex offenders were busted. A 5th had an outstanding warrant for a child sex crime out of Virginia. And just 2 days ago, a pair of Guatemalan men were arrested. The sex offenders go to great lengths to avoid capture. Agents say they often travel through South Texas brush and try to blend in with large groups of illegal immigrants.
And if sex offenders are hiding among large groups of illegal immigrants, who else might be hiding in the same way? Last Thursday, before the Senate Armed Services Committee, Marine General John Kelly warned that ISIS is radicalizing converts and other Muslims in Latin America. Members of the editorial board at Investors Business Daily, in stark contrast to their counterparts at the Wall Street Journal, recognize this for what it is, a clear and present danger to our national security. The IBD editorialists also note that FBI Director James Comey told the National Association of Attorneys General that the Bureau has active investigations of people in various stations of radicalizing in all 50 of our states. Sure, such radicalization may have started via social media, but it is wrong-headed and naive to assume that Islamic terrorists have not tried to come here by illegally crossing our borders. The Investors Business Daily editorial of last Friday concludes with these words, quote, "They're coming to kill us, and some are already here or on their way via our porous southern border." Now, you may think that I devote so much time to sounding the alarm on this that somehow I'm a one-issue analyst. Let me assure you that is not the case. It isn't the case because illegal immigration has consequences for virtually every other issue we confront, whether it's health care or welfare, job security or social security. The fact is that border security is necessary for our own national security. And that's the way I see it.